So imagine that you're a teacher in a classroom of kindergarten students, so 5 and 6 year olds, and it's story time. You're reading a book to the children, and as you're reading, one of the kindergartners just interrupts and says, "My dog had puppies," or something, and it has nothing to do with the story. They didn't raise their hand. It's just they disrupted things. Kind of annoying for you as the teacher. What would be some options for how you could respond to that interruption? Maybe on one extreme, you could be really punitive. They're in trouble. They shouldn't have done that, and you're kind of yelling at them. So that's over here on one extreme. Maybe all the way on the other extreme would be to just give the child the floor. So put your story down, you let them talk all about the puppies. The student would really love that, I'm sure. You're not getting your story read that way. And this suggestion to acknowledge the student and let them know that it's not the right time, maybe that's somewhere in the middle of these two extremes. So something like, "Wow, that's so cool, your dog had puppies. Maybe we can talk about it after the story." And then you get right back to the book. So what does that mean in terms of how we respond to this chatter? Because our chatter kind of acts like a kindergartner sometimes. You're not trying to ignore it. You're not trying to shut it down completely. You're saying, "I hear you, I see you. I'm not going to do anything with you, but I acknowledge that you're there." Now, I know that our chatter says stuff to us that's more distressing than "my dog had puppies." But maybe there's a way to use this same principle of acknowledging that chatter and then moving on with life. Think about these extremes, right? One extreme response is to scold and to be punitive. Can you think of times when you've interacted with your chatter in that way, where you've really got into a struggle with it? I can definitely think of those kinds of times. And it really is like this. When I do that, it has a tight grip on me. It kind of takes over my experience. All the way on the other extreme, letting the chatter have the floor. I've definitely made that move, where I just kind of give into it. I just let it do its thing. It sort of takes over my thoughts, takes over my experience. So isn't this interesting that on both extremes, you're getting more wrapped up in it instead of less? Whether that's fighting it or whether that's giving it the floor. It's a paradox. You're not trying to get more wrapped up in it, but that's what's happening. And so this option that's somewhere in the middle, "Wow, that's so cool, your dog had puppies. Maybe we can talk about it later." That's the way to get the least wrapped up in it. That's the way to get on with your life. And you say to that chatter, "Maybe we can talk about that later." Or maybe not. The chatter's not running the show.